The expression, "Make America Great Again," which has formed the platform for the installation of Donald Trump as President of the United States, has resonance because America, A, isn't great anymore, B, once was great. I remember when America was great. Under Franklin Roosevelt, all we had to do was raise our hand and anoint, and thusly behold, what was good and what was wonderful would presto. This was also true under the presidency of Eisenhower and John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Lo, America was the greatest, the most magnificent. The envy of no one because generous to all, bestowing wonders, bestowing judgment, grandeur, education, enlightenment, truth, beauty, goodwill, kindness, charity, munificence, salvation. America was the wonder of all the world. And when it came time to slap the hand down, to suppress America, an enemy, cold and fiendish, weaselly, monstrously backstabbing, snuck in and stowed away on board. Maybe it began with John Fitzgerald Kennedy's demise, but we learn less from observing the montage in Dealey Plaza and subsequent revelations than we do from understanding the mind that is now in charge, the mind that struck against the wonders of magnificent, magnificent America, the beautiful, the courageous, the great, the good, the homespun, the wonderful, the free of callous ideas, the uplifting. One of the things we learned was that they put together a recipe because America had to vanquish the forces of true evil from the world by the sadness, the sorrows of war. The assassins announced that the recipe would include making a symbol of the United States deaf, like as though a thunderclap had deafened the Wonder Boy. They also rudely, despicably, despisably, abhorrently, and with every sinister gyration intended, chose a St. Louis child because they rippered the carpet that the U.S. had prevented the stowaways from the St. Louis ship from gaining refugee status and returned them to Sobibor. The hounds of revenge gnashed and gnarled, and they came up with a way of symbolizing their hatred, their spite, their mania, their cruelty, their loyalty to the Axis in this recipe of theirs. Ferociously, they overthrew the Fourth Estate, by which we understand the meaning to be the press, the freedoms, the objectivity, the timeliness. Oh, how they stalled. Oh, how they obstructed. Oh, how they prevented word from reaching the public about what was going on. In their mongering, in their gruesome slanders, in their ungodly backstabbery, in their determination to bring America low, the enemies of FDR made it out to something which is fairly commonplace. When a child is subjected to envy, like Joseph in his coat of many colors, when a child is subjected to taunting, bullying, cruelty, sadism, sorrows that bring tears, it sometimes makes the newspapers or social media. It's not unusual. But the rabid, the murderers, the fixated, the backstabbers, the revenge horrors from slug-like domains of the Axis found in Pittsburgh a fertile soil to consecrate their animosity in. And they mongered like weasels, like barracudas, like pythons, like the snakes that they are, that such a thing was humiliating, that such a thing was cowardice, that such a thing was intolerable weakness. Because why? Because they are depraved, because Pittsburgh is evil, because they are satanic backstabbers, because they are nightmare weasels, because they are monsters. They made it out to be some slippery fish that needed to be interrogated, when the truth was worn in broad daylight in the letters of their slanders, for all that we should know to be good and to love, which is the innocence of childhood, the playfulness of children, the freedom of expression, the benevolence of power, the generosity of hope, and the antidote for the anguish of fear that comes when an adult extends a hand and sets straight the bewilderment, the anger, the cruelty, the maliciousness, the joylessness, the anti-Americanness of fear. So we learn from this. We learn that America has been punished for being great. America has been punished for being good. America has been punished for being protective of the freedoms. America has been punished for tolerating altruism, for tolerating goodwill, for tolerating charity. We've been punished and will be punished again by those claiming the mantle of Make America Great Again, because what they want most is to prevent America from ever being great again. They're criminally insane. There was never a time when the call to arms in the name of popular mandate, politics. Business as usual in the sense that business can be understood as a practical concern. An egotistical, selfish concern with making things go well on a day-to-day basis. The everyday concern of dignity, integrity. Then today, in this terrible hour, when we're being named by the enemy within an ally of the criminally insane, genocidal extermination programs of the Nazis of Zion.